Hello, I'm back. This is the last Cowboy in Boulder, Colorado again. I hadn't talked to you in a while. Things hadn't changed too much. I'm still trying to maintain contact with my daughter up in Toronto. It's been very difficult lately. Had a few little issues about getting across the border, and I may go into those at some point, may not. But I'm waiting on my passport too, and I really miss my little girl. And I found out recently that my second ex-wife, who I call a wife too, is getting remarried. So now there's going to be a stepdad that's going to be raising my daughter, who's going to have much, much more access than I do. And that's kind of, there should be a step-parenting etiquette. He should have called me and said, look, I'm going to be moving into your territory. And trust me, dads are really territorial about their children. I think it's human nature, dad nature, whatever it is, and I think that's something that we don't recognize as a culture anymore. And one thing that happens in divorce is, in a lot of cases, the children are taken away from the dads, and then the dads are incredibly territorial, and they may even end up with kind of a variation of post-traumatic stress disorder because of it, because they don't have access to their children anymore, and their whole being wants to protect their children, and they can't even go in the house where their children are. It's incredible. I can remember my son when he used to live over on Spruce Street here in Boulder, and I'd walk by late at night and I'd see his light on upstairs. He'd be in his bedroom, and I couldn't even stop by and say goodnight. To me, that's just so insane. And I think as a culture, we need to look at divorce. I think we're just totally nuts about it. And we're giving one party, which in most cases is the mother, way, way too much control. And they're supported to abuse that power. It's really insane, folks. I'm telling you. I beg you, if you're getting a divorce, one is not to get a divorce. You can get through it. Two is you gotta, a parent's and a child's relationship is sacred, and you're tampering with something that you shouldn't ever tamper with. And I don't care how much you hate the other person. It's just, and then plus taking that child away from a parent just makes the other parent crazy. And then everybody points fingers at them saying, why are they upset? Good God Almighty, they're upset because you took their child away. It's very, very simple. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that right now. Living in Boulder, Colorado, it's an incredible place. I remember moving here 7 years ago, and I followed my first ex-wife up here. And because we weren't married at the time, she got transferred, and I wanted to come because of the Rocky Mountains. And I had no idea that I was getting into this. I didn't know that. I knew Boulder was a very alternative place, and I came from Austin, which is pretty alternative, but I didn't realize it was like this healing mecca that people came to from all over the world to find themselves or sort out their life. And so that came quite a surprise. And I've always kept my distance, being the last cowboy, you're kind of sitting around going, yeah. You hear all this stuff about astrology and psychics and just meditation, Buddhism, and I've always kind of kept my distance. I kind of got into nutrition for a while, so and I've always thought I was kind of an alternative cowboy of sorts, and I did a little bit of yoga. But now, though, I've been kind of going through another transformation, even though I'm kind of bitter towards Boulder for taking my child away and some other little problems here that I don't want to talk about right now. But what I'm beginning to discover is that Boulder, there's a lot of stuff going on here in Boulder that's really incredible. And I've discovered things like like I've discovered chi. I didn't know what chi. So I told somebody the other day about it. He said, "You mean cheese?" I said, "No, chi. Chi. It's like your body's electricity or whatever." and I took a Tai Chi class for a little while, and I started feeling the Chi, and then I don't know what happened to me the other day, but I bought a Chi machine, so I know I'm the last cowboy in Boulder, and I'm damn sure the last. I may be the last cowboy, only cowboy in Colorado that has a Chi machine. I have no idea. But anyway, what it does, it kind of, you put your legs in this apparatus on the floor, and it kind of shakes your legs, and you go back and forth, and you're supposed to it's supposed to mimic the motion of a fish swimming, and it helps oxygenate your body, loosen your spine up, do all kinds of stuff, I guess. And so I've been doing that lately, and when it's over with, you can feel the tingling in your hands and feet and everything, and that's actually the Chi that's coming off. And I know it's way out there. I don't expect everybody to believe me. You can't see it. If you can't see it, it's not real, but not many of us have seen Jesus lately, so we believe in Jesus, so we can believe in Chi too. But anyway, it's pretty incredible, and I'm probably going to get more into it, and I'm going to go back to, I think I'm going to go back to my Tai Chi class, and I'm going to start doing some yoga, and I actually doing a little bit of meditating too, so, and I'll keep you updated on that, but I don't know. I think we better ease up on Boulder a little bit, at least as far as some of the healing stuff's going on here. I know it's a hard place for a man to be, and I do want to point out too, I went to a workshop the other day, and I didn't really know what I was going into. My son was going, 17-year-old son was going to it, and I heard it was shamans, and I started thinking about shamans lately, and so I decided to go as a couple of husband and wife Peruvian shamans, and I got in there and I found out that it was on the balancing the masculine and the feminine, and I just went, oh no, here we go again. But I listened to them, and it made me, after being through 2 horribly bitter divorces, I actually started respecting women more. And this one woman pointed out that, she was having trouble in relationships, which everybody's having trouble in relationships. And then she said, all men think women are psychos, and all women think men are stupid. And, I think she was right on the money. And I don't know what's going on here, but after I listened to her talk about balancing the masculine and feminine, I started thinking about, she pointed out something that all women either feel like they have to be the saint or the whore. It's like they can't, and that was addressing women's sexuality, and I thought that was really interesting, and I could see how that would be real painful. And then men, on the other hand, kind of want women to be freer sexually, but then as soon as we're married, we want them to be the same. So I don't quite understand all that, but anyway, I know that my son was there, and he's 17, and they were talking over his head, and I told him, I said, you don't need to listen to all this stuff now. You can wait till you're my age to start thinking about balancing all this stuff. But anyway, it was I have to admit, it kind of, I'm going to have to use that H word. I might have began the process of healing a little bit. So, but anyway, the last cowboy in Boulder's going to check out here, and I'll be damned if I'm not going through some kind of weird spiritual transformation, but time will tell. And I kind of did lose my roots because I was born in West Texas and raised on a ranch and all that, and I kind of denied my cowboy roots for many, many years, and I really miss it. So I got to figure out how to be I don't know what kind of Boulder cowboy. No, anyway, thanks for listening. I'll get back to you. I also went dancing at the Tonic Bar down there on Pearl Street, 10th and Pearl. You should all go down there and get some oxygen. Remember, breathing is important too. I can't believe it. That's one of the things they say in Boulder, breathe. Go down to the oxygen bar, have a nice tonic and everything. But they had a little party over at the Mandala Center last night. I was the only cowboy and the oldest guy there, and I had a really good time, and I was really pleasantly surprised. So anyway, I'll talk to you later.